BHVR recently went on record publicly stating that my last video about hackers impersonating players to get them banned was not true, which is basically a nicer way of calling me a liar. So okay, fair enough. The title of my last video was BHVR is lying about hackers, so I guess they took that personally. Here is what Dove, a community manager at BHVR, wrote about me and my video. She said, in regards to the video in question, sorry, but the information is not accurate. Hackers do not get players banned for impersonating their accounts. This is not something that happens, and this is not the reason why the bans occurred. You can also not get banned for someone randomly cheating in the game and making it look like you were the cheat. With regards to ban appeals, they are handled by our player support, and when an appeal is made, the information is checked very carefully once again and by more than one person to verify. All players are entitled to go through the appeal process, but once that appeal is denied, the process is ended and your ticket is closed, as well as any future tickets that you make on the subject. Again, this does not ban anyone for access to our support services. So let's settle this. Who's lying? Is it me? Is it BHVR? Is there some chance that this is just a misunderstanding? Well, in this video, I'm going to present all of the evidence that you can decide for yourself, but in my opinion, the evidence is pretty damning, and I honestly don't know how BHVR can explain any of this. That said, I do hope they try, so let's tear this thing apart. Let's start at the beginning. Back in June, streamers started getting permanently banned without explanation from Dead by Daylight. It then turned out that a hacker was impersonating streamers to get them banned. In order to prove it, this hacker on a live stream went to the Twitch directory, scrolled down until he found a potential victim by the name of Abnormal Ramen, and then proceeded to re-stream Abnormal Ramen's stream while commenting over the gameplay like he was the one playing. Note that Abnormal Ramen was not cheating. He was just playing the game normally with this hacker talking over top of it and pretending that he was the one playing. Then a BHVR employee who was watching this hacker's live stream searched for Abnormal Ramen, thinking this was just another name this hacker was using, and within 3 matches, Abnormal Ramen was banned live. We literally have the video evidence of this occurring. So okay, you might say that was negligent for sure, but accidents happen, and that's what the appeal process is for, right? Remember, when the appeal is made, the information is checked very carefully once again, implying the first time it was also checked thoroughly and by more than one person to verify. So now at a minimum, BHVR is saying at least 3 people thoroughly confirmed that the ban was deserved, right? Well then, why exactly was Abnormal Ramen's ban appeal denied? Was this the greatest coincidence in history? Did this hacker manage to impersonate another person who was also cheating? No, that's not what happened at all, and we know that for a fact because after I released my video showing what had happened to Abnormal Ramen, BHVR all of a sudden decided that Abnormal Ramen was falsely banned. I guess that just must be another crazy coincidence, huh? So then why, after all these supposed thorough checks to make sure Abnormal Ramen was truly guilty, did BHVR decide to change their mind? The answer is because of the one thing BHVR fears more than anything else: public backlash that they cannot control. In this case, I was able to get this story enough public attention on Twitter, a platform BHVR cannot moderate or control the narrative on. So they immediately buckled and unbanned Abnormal Ramen, even stating in a public Q&A that they apologized to Ramen for the ban and are offering him compensation, aka some blood points, as an apology. Also, this was written by Dove, the same community manager that is now accusing me of lying, which is insane. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case. This is literally a public admission of what had happened. But it doesn't end there, because Dove also wrote that BHVR is reviewing their processes to prevent such incidents in the future. What incidents exactly? Why not specify, right? And just to prove that I'm not on some weird internet cringe quest to make BHVR look bad, here is my reaction to this Q&A post when it happened. I said, big W, glad to hear it. Hopefully these new processes lead to a much more trustworthy system when it comes to bans and ban appeals, right? Which segues into my most recent video, BHVR lied to us about hackers. Again, a string of streamers and normal players as well started getting banned for no reason at all out of the blue. However, the same cringe void brain hacker who was responsible for getting Abnormal Ramen banned was now claiming credit for these new string of unjustified bans as well. And how do I know these bans were unjustified? Well, in the case of Becca, who was banned for no reason, a Twitter crusade went viral demanding an explanation, and Hens even reached out to Dove to see what was going on. Then whoa, look, Becca is now unbanned. How about that? Again, it had nothing to do with the supposed support team who carefully reviewed the evidence, and everything to do with public scrutiny on Twitter. If Becca had made this exact post that went viral on an official DBD forum or the official DBD Reddit instead, she would have most likely been banned, the thread would have been removed or locked, and nobody would have ever known what happened. And that is a fact. And it definitely gives credit to the top rated comments on my hacker video. And if we're not streamers and can't get the general public to help, we're just screwed. This was our final notice. It's scary to think that if this happens to an average Joe, nothing will happen. There's no social media squad to save them. Exactly true. Going back to the message, Dove says that hackers do not get players banned for impersonating their accounts. This isn't something that happens, and this is not the reason why the bans occurred. Again, this is Dove acknowledging this happened back in the Q&A. But let's forget that for a second, and let's explore this idea. All these players getting falsely banned who just so happen to get banned 3 matches into being impersonated by a hacker is surely 100% coincidental, right? Then their ban appeals being denied, carefully denied, by a team of support experts, then only being reversed upon public scrutiny on Twitter. All of this is just pure coincidence, right? Okay, then what is the real reason these false bans are occurring? Do players need Twitter mob insurance to safely play DBD going forward? Because at the end of the day, whether it's hackers tricking SEAL Support Team 6 into false bans or Johnny Two Toes accidentally clicking the wrong button, it doesn't really change the most important aspect of all of this, which is why is this happening in the first place and what is BHVR doing to stop it going forward? And remember, you can't say you're unable to discuss it due to not wanting to give hacker developers information, because according to you, hackers have nothing to do with this. So there shouldn't be any problem explaining what's actually going on, right? Now, before we end this video, let's quickly talk about players getting banned from contacting BHVR support. See, Dove says that players only get banned for harassment, which is true, but she never clarifies what harassment means. A lot of people claim they were threatened with getting blocked by support for harassment just because they asked to speak with a real person, or if they asked for another appeal after their first appeal was carefully denied. And I never claimed anything more than that in my original video. That said, I would definitely like to hear more stories about BHVR support, and if anyone has similar stories about being banned or threatened with a ban for persisting too hard with them, please share it in the comments or over on my Twitter. So there it is. That's all the evidence that I have. If I've somehow misinterpreted any of it, please let me know. Personally, to me, this feels like extreme gaslighting, and it's pretty cringe in a bad way. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to get Twitter mob insurance in case you get carefully falsely banned. And of course, have a good one.